Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another auction update video sponsored this week by Sovereign Rarities, whose auction number 21 is coming up next week with live bidding starting on Tuesday the 10th of March at 10 a.m. This is an auction of some magnitude. There are some incredible coins in this particular auction, spanning all the way back to old hammered coins. Just look at this incredible Edward III Noble. They just don't make coins like this anymore, do they? Of course, technology's come on in leaps and bounds since then, but this is a thing of sheer beauty from 1361. It's an absolute stunner. But there are plenty of other examples of incredible old hammered coins and modern numismatics, silver and gold. And we're going to do our best to showcase some of these most amazing coins. Now, if you're interested in bidding, I would recommend you take action sooner rather than later to register to bid with Sovereign Rarities, such that you'll all be done, dusted, ready to go for that live auction bidding at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the 10th of March. It's also worth noting that there are auction fees on these items, so it will be 23% buyer's premium plus VAT where applicable. Do have a look at all those T's and C's in detail and understand what you will be bidding and then what the buyer's premium is on top of that. You should factor that into what you will end up bidding on those items. It's important to do that just so that you are aware of what is going on with the auction. But it's a stunning auction regardless of the fees, whether or not you have to factor them in at the start or the end. It's an incredible auction with some incredible pieces. So let's have a quick look and see what we can find some of the absolute gems in this. Now, as I said, there's 278 items in here, so I'm not going to be able to look through every single one, but we can see that there is a really great array of old, different coinage from different eras and times gone by. Stunning old hammered coins. The mind boggles. Like, I'm a silversmith, I work with silver and I do a lot of hand stamping of items, and I mean, you can even see down here there's like a little jumping of the silver where there's like a double impression, or I should say the gold on this particular occasion, like a little double impression. I do that all the time on some of my pieces. Up here on the shield there's these, it shows that everything was made by hand and that history. Now we've just got coin presses where you just put coin in, press the button and it's done. It's the skill now in modern numismatics is the die design rather than the physical nature of creating and stamping those coins. So there is something lost, I think, in these hammered coins that we'll never get back in the world of coins. And that's why they're so popular. It's why they are so sought after. And of course, they are little pieces of history that we can look at and just enjoy. Stunning pieces. Now, I'm not a hammered coin collector myself. I don't have anything that's in my collection earlier than a Spade guinea. I maybe should one day though, because there are some stunning pieces. So we then move up the scale a little bit to some more of these sort of, I was going to say modern, but they're not really that modern, but they are looking a little bit more of the modern era than the hammered coins. But here we see some 1680s Charles II coins. There's some pieces of history in this collection spanning the decades and centuries. We move through the 1600s into the silver. Well, there's some silvers here. So silver coinage from this time period really sought after. We are seeing a lot of incredible pieces up for sale. A silver shilling here, £300, current bid, 1693 coin. You just think of the history that coin's been through and where it's been, what pockets it's been in, the drawers, the money bags, the banks, all of the history that it's seen. Some of these coins might have travelled all around the world and made their way back. I mean, it's incredible. Here's the Spade guineas. These are some of the ones that I've got. I say some of them. I've only got a couple in my collection. I wear one of them around my neck. But these are really, really cool pieces and I do love them. And here's a little unknown fact about Spade guineas. If you wondered ever why they put all of these little letters all the way right to the edge of the coin, you think, that just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Well, it's because at the time period, it was worthwhile clipping off the edges of coins to just take a tiny little shaving of gold where you can. And after a while, if you took enough little shavings of those coins, you'd have enough to make a gold coin yourself, or have enough gold to, have a little bit of money on the side. So they put the lettering all the way up to the edge so that if you were to clip it, somebody who you would then give that coin to would know that it had been clipped. And it would be very difficult to get away with clipping a coin. So I think that's a really cool little piece of history. And then, of course, we had more technology, which is where you then have the reeded edges of coins coming in such that it would be more difficult for coins to be clipped. But really kind of cool piece of history that I really, really like. Now, we've got some old, beautiful sovereigns here. We're getting into the meat and bones of this auction for me as where I am as a collector, because there is nothing greater than a beautiful 1817 sovereign with the garter design. It's just a must-have if you're a sovereign collector. I've got one that's an ex-jewellery mount, so it's cheap. I didn't have to pay thousands and thousands for mine. I'm happy with that because I'm not a top pop, perfect, incredible coin collector. But this is incredible, just pieces of history and the modern sovereign represented there. So then we continue to go down. There's the half sovereigns, the silvers, there's some beautiful silver sixpences in here, old copper pennies. There's just something for everybody here. It is a really, really great auction to see. Let's keep going through the time periods. Let's skip through a little bit and see what we can find, because there's some 1825 sovereigns. We're getting into the Victorias. So we've got some gold big quintuple sovereigns here. These are always beautiful pieces. I've seen them, never bought them and collected them, and I don't think I ever will, sadly, now, because they're just a little bit too big. But this is a beautiful, beautiful piece with that, the Queen Victoria coronation. No, it's not coronation, sorry, Jubilee design. This is just an absolute stunner of a coin. Really is. And that is a beautiful, beautiful high-grade version as well. So really nice pieces. The Sovereign Rarities auction always has a lot to showcase. They are one of the biggest for the beautiful kind of rarity coin collectors out there. Beautiful old shieldback sovereigns in here too. Graded, and as we've seen, there are some beautiful ungraded versions as well. So definitely worth having a look through if you are a sovereign collector or just a coin collector generally, and there might be some good old bargains in here. Certainly there are some interesting rarities to be had. Now, what I wanted to just skip forward to is the end here, just to see what's on offer from a modern perspective. We've got some medallions right at the back. We've even got some old Middle Eastern coins here. I don't know enough about those to really say. But here's an example of like a coin that would have been clipped. So a lot of these edges here have been nicked off over the years, and people have just taken little bits of gold away and put them into their little melting pots of their own. So here we go. Here's the modern section. So one thing that I've really seen a massive resurgence of lately are modern. I say modern, so like the 1970s and 80s sovereigns. If you can pick up these sovereigns in good condition for a good price, there is a boatload of money to be made on some of these, which is worth having a look at, and always worth keeping an eye out on auction houses for. So definitely worth it. Modern sovereigns, modern proof sovereigns coming in. We've got the modern memorial sovereigns coming here as well. And as I said, the 1980s are always worth a little bit of a look as well. Some other old modern coins as well from the Royal Mint, some 2022 versions. These are just really, really nice coins that, of course, have seen a huge growth in terms of the gold price of late. So beautiful, beautiful auction. Fantastic pieces. Incredible. I love these Gillicks, these 1950s and 60s coins are just stunning. The way they look, that's the way the Royal Mint should look at them. Royal Mint owns part of Sovereign Rarities. Maybe Sovereign Rarities, you can just give the Royal Mint a quick nudge to make their sovereigns look like this again, because these just are the most beautiful, beautiful colour of gold. But anyway, there we have the Sovereign Rarities auction number 21. Live bidding starts on the 10th of March 2026, 10 a.m. So make sure you register ahead of time to avoid any disappointment from that registration process. There is something for everybody in this auction. Let me know what you think down in the description box below. If we go for a high to low, we haven't even looked at the high to low yet. Let's have a look. We've got the highest valued estimate here of this, I can't pronounce that, Ikan Uljaitu gold presentation quadruple dinar. Very interesting indeed. A Hong Kong Victoria 1866 silver proof dollar. We've got the 1911 gold proof coin set. Some stunning pieces here. 1937, of course, those will always have the high. Beautiful. Oh, this is an interesting one. I haven't seen. So I have one of these sets. That's current bid of £13,000 plus hammer price. Wow. Okay, that's good. That's very good. These reverse frosted proof sets. I hadn't seen that. That's a good way to finish up this video, I tell you. Okay, so that's the Cool Kid Club comment for today's video, guys. Put the 2021 gold reverse proof set. I might get that out of storage so we can have a look at that at some point, because that's beautiful. That is one of the best sets out there in my opinion. But hey, that's it from me. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next video. As always, make sure you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.